It has been said that anything can happen here in the World Wrestling Federation, but now more than ever, truer words have never been spoken. This is a conscious effort on our part to open the creative envelope, so to speak, in order to entertain you in a more contemporary manner. Even though we call ourselves sports entertainment because of the athleticism involved, the key word in that phrase is entertainment. The WWF extends far beyond the strict confines of sports presentation into the wide-open environment of broad-based entertainment. We borrow from such program niches like soap operas, like The Days of Our Lives, or music videos such as those on MTV, daytime talk shows like Jerry Springer and others, cartoons like the King of the Hill on Fox, sitcoms like Seinfeld, and other widely accepted forms of television entertainment. We in the WWF think that you, the audience, are quite frankly tired of having your intelligence insulted. We also think that you're tired of the same old simplistic theory of good guys versus bad guys. Surely the era of the superhero who urged you to say your prayers and take your vitamins is definitely passé. Therefore, we've embarked upon a far more innovative and contemporary creative campaign that is far more invigorating and extemporaneous than ever before. However, due to the live nature of Raw and the War Zone, we encourage some degree of parental discretion as relates to the younger audience allowed to stay up late. Other WWF programs on USA, such as Saturday Morning Live Wire and Sunday Morning Superstars, where there's a 40% increase in the younger audience, obviously, however, need no such discretion. We are responsible television producers who work hard to bring you this outrageous, wacky, wonderful world known as the WWF. Through some 50 years, the World Wrestling Federation has been an entertainment mainstay here in North America and all over the world. One of the reasons for that longevity is as the times have changed, so have we. I'm happy to say that this new, vibrant, creative direction has resulted in a huge increase in television viewership, for which we thank USA Network and TSN for allowing us to have the creative freedom, but most especially, we would like to thank you for watching. Raw and the War Zone are definitely the cure for the common show.
We had, say what? A whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say who's house,
word attack skills and vocabulary too. Cover hits in the distant edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
We missed a week, and it's crazy because I hate missing a week. I didn't warn y'all we was going to miss a week. I knew I was going out of town, and it was going to go crazy. But we back now. Ringtime Pro Wrestling at it again. Keith and Keisha in the building. Keisha, say hi to the people.
Hi, I've missed y'all. I swear I've missed y'all. Every second that I'm gone, I miss y'all. But we're back, so it's cool.
Yeah, so last week I had to divert because I had to go out of town for my wife's family reunion. Didn't take any mics with me. Generally, I travel with at least one or two microphones. Didn't travel with a microphone. And to be honest, was too busy because we always had crap going on. So really wasn't able to get a show in. But a lot has happened in the wrestling world. This show might run kind of long because we got to jam it all in, right?
Right.
But we're going to go over some things. We're going to talk. And it's going to be wonderful. Keish.
What up?
Since we was gone, we got a new NXT champion.
Yes.
Beast in the East took place over in Japan. I got up July the 4th early that morning. Watched an incredible show. Only pet peeve, I don't know why in the hell they had John Cena and Dolph Ziggler and Wade Barrett and Kane close the show.
Yeah, that was awful. That was so awful.
Like, I just didn't get that tag match was worthy of closing. Here's the thing. The show had a decidedly Japanese feel to it.
Right.
Most of the wrestlers they had on the show had familiarity with being in Japan. And, they knew a lot of people, right?
Right.
So, Hideo Itami, a.k.a. Kenta, was in the audience. Finn Balor, long-time New Japan guy. They showed a lot of clips from New Japan. In the championship match, they threw all the streamers out like they do in the Japanese match.
Which is awesome.
Like, it felt like I was watching New Japan, right?
Right.
Jericho was there for people who are not used to seeing Jericho. He doesn't really do a lot of TV. But you know, this summer he has been working with the company. But he had a nice match against Neville. But Finn Balor went to Japan and won the belt.
In a very awesome match. That match was greatness.
Easily match of the night, right?
Absolutely.
Or match of the morning, right? No way. I mean, I couldn't understand why anybody wasn't following it. The only person who could have followed that match was the guy who had the match before it, which was Brock Lesnar.
Right.
Poor Kofi. I knew he was gonna get sacrificed.
He got ridiculously destroyed. It was awful.
I thought Kofi was dead. Like it was one time I was like, ooh, that hurt. But the rest of the New Day got beat down. Brock looked better than ever.
Right.
But yeah, it was a really good show. I recommend it's on the WWE Network on demand, so if you get a chance, I recommend you watch it. Different than most WWE shows, but very good. The Japanese audience very well received the WWE. And I think there's some more plans for stuff to work out with them in Japan and different people, and so some of that will be covered in the news and stuff like that.
Right.
Keish, any quick hits, anything that go down, any news or noteworthy events you want to talk about?
Oh, before we get into Raw? No.
Yeah, before we go into Raw.
You know what? I'll leave everything as we go along. Because, you know, I always got opinions about everything as we talk about it. So I'll just let everything roll and then we'll get into it. I think that's my best course of action.
Alright, we'll talk Raw. Keish, I don't say this often. I really dug Raw.
Raw was awesome.
Really solid show. For a 3-hour show, I thought they did a really good job. They sold the pay-per-view. They got butts in the seats. A lot was going on. The Suplex City Atlanta shirts, gotta get one.
Oh, of course. Keith, I told you. I'm getting me and you one. Okay? I'm telling you. When I put the order in, I'll let you know. Because we both need one of those shirts in life. I definitely need one of those shirts in life.
I don't really need it because Keish, I know what I gotta do. Like, I just have to wear that when I'm out and gotta make sure I'm in a good mood to talk to people. Cause somebody might ask me what Suplex City is and then I might have to just
right.
grab them up for, you know what I mean? Then I'm in jail for hitting somebody with a German. It wouldn't go good. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
So, you know, cause that's what you want to do, right?
Right.
Paul's proved out he's one of the greatest promo guys of all time.
Of course.
Really delivered on the show. Really called out the Authority. Really called out Seth. Really called out Kane. I'm sure people gonna chant "Baby Brother" from now on every time Kane show up.
That's funny.
Yeah. Other than that, I thought that was a good segment. I guess Roman Reigns got a small measure of revenge against Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah, definitely. He beat the shit. Oh, good Lord. It was awesome. I was glad. I was excited. I'm not gonna lie. I was cheering. Yes, finally. Thank you. Jesus. It took long enough. I just got tired of seeing Bray jump in every week and show up randomly and all that. Thank you. I need it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think this is going to be a really hot, quick feud. I don't really know where the future is for it, but I guess we'll find out on Sunday. But that's what. Hottest thing of the night, Keish.
Please.
And this is very rare I say this. Hottest thing of the night generally was the bathroom break, right?
Oh.
The Divas come out, and I'm usually done right then. The Bellas was coming to use the usual Bella.
Yeah, shut up. I want to hear all that. It was awful.
But Steph came out. And anytime Stephanie McMahon, you know, the queen of the WWE, decides to grace my screen,
Right.
I'm going to watch out. I'm going to see what she's talking about.
Of course, you got to. Because, you know, Steph always brings something along with her. She don't just come out for nothing. So it had to happen. I had to watch. You needed to see.
So, the Bellas got their crew. She called out Paige. Nikki mad at Paige. She said, yo, y'all done ran roughshod, but these ladies need backup, and people ain't scared of you.
Right. Exactly.
And they dropped Becky Lynch. Alright. I felt like Becky was ready. I didn't know she was going to get called up, right?
Right.
So in my head, I'm thinking like, well, where's Charlotte and Sasha Banks? Because I feel like those two have waited so long. Like, I felt like Charlotte should have been on the main roster. But if this is what they was holding out for, perfect.
Thank you.
Mind you, they did it in Atlanta.
Right.
Which, home of WCW, a place where her father, the Nature Boy, dominated. So it was really well to see
exactly
it pop off like that. But no, she wasn't done. Charlotte came. So that's their 3-man clique. Then Naomi and Tamina came out and they was mad. Like, yo, we ain't this, da, 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 da. Next thing you know, Steph wasn't done. And said they had somebody. And Sasha Banks came down for them. And I was like, oh, snap.
Sasha! I was too excited.
So, I was happy that my girls that came up. Because I think this is going to change the face of women's wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
These are the best. That's like, I like how the NXT women's title is called the women's title. It's not a Divas title.
Right.
This ain't about being a diva. They are set to have, I think, a very competitive dialogue amongst each other now. Like, you gave me 9 credible women right now in the ring.
Right.
I would suggest that with 3 hours time, they should be able to crown a tag team champion in that division.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna need for them to go ahead and create those that title. That title needs to happen. Because I think it's time. I think it's time for that change to happen. I need to think they need to bring it. Please let me see. Don't call it the Divas Tag Team. Of course they're gonna call it that, but whatever. Like, just tag team titles for the women, please and thank you, so that they can continue on this awesomeness that they have going on. Because then they can have a tournament and I'm telling you, just runs all kinds of ideas through my head of how this can go. I think it'd be awesome. Why not? It's time. It's time, people. So this is my favorite segments of the night. If not the favorite segment of the night. Done.
I mean, I got chill bumps. Like, I was very excited. Like, and I haven't been excited for this division in so long. And, like, I think Naomi and Tamina are credible. I'm going to say this. Nikki Bella doesn't get enough credit for all those work she's put in lately.
No.
But I still can't stand the Bellas. I think they still have a good division, built around solid wrestling and good performances. And it's very amazing that we're going to be able to see that.
Right. I think it's awesome. I'm too excited.
Do you think that's an indicator of Vince McMahon kind of stepping back some?
Yeah.
And that it seems like more of a Triple H type move?
I think that this is definitely just more Triple H involved, no Vince, just kind of letting him run things. And it's evident, because everybody that really watches knows the difference between, okay, that was a Vince decision, that was a Triple H decision, this is a decision by the creative team, and, all that kind of stuff. It's definite differences. Definite differences. So I'm excited that this is coming about. Why not let it be for right now? So I'm just waiting to see it continue and let us see what happens after the fact. Done deal. I can't wait. Cause it's about time that they've got moved into the main roster and that they get to show the world everything they've already been doing in NXT. I'm too excited about this. So, and then slowly as people develop, they need to be moved on. They need to be moved up or they need to move on.
I mean, I think that's the challenge right now with the NXT call-ups. It's people who are ready to go, but it's kind of like Now we gotta find spots in the roster with opponents that's credible and give you the time and get you going.
Right.
But all in all, like I said, favorite segment of the night. Like, I was like, these ladies are ready.
Been ready. But Becky Lynch is a surprise to me, I must say. That was a shocker. I was like, really? I was kind of a little thrown by that. But other than that, But I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the ladies. And I hope that everything goes exactly how it should for them. Can't wait to watch. Especially Sasha. Because I love Sasha Banks. Who doesn't? She's a boss. Come on now. Let's stop this. And with her, hold on. That's the next question I have, though. Is if she moves on to the main roster, will she now be giving up the NXT Women's Championship? Will she be moving on from the title? Because I need to know. I think that's what normally happens, but we'll see. With her and Tamina and Naomi together, I think it's going to be awesome. Plus her hair color is awesome. I love Sasha Banks. I think she's greatness. So.
Yeah. That's somebody who grew on me, man. But I don't. Definitely put in the work. Side note, Wednesday had a really good match. Wednesday with Charlotte.
Oh, awesome.
I think that might have been their final farewell match to NXT. But we'll see. So, New Day clowned Atlanta hard.
I was so, like, really. I can't stand the New Day. I swear I can't. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with the New Day. Like, I think they're awesome, and then I think they suck. So, it's like, like, there's moments where I'm like, oh, you ain't shit. And then there's moments where I'm like, oh my god, you're awesome. So, yeah. Whatever.
Right. Why does the WWE hate Wade Barrett?
I don't know. What did he do? Jesus. To lose to R-Truth? Like, come on, man. I mean, ain't nothing against R-Truth. My God. Wade is getting, like, trashed right now. It's awful. I really don't understand it myself. I don't get it. But, that's only something the WWE can explain. Because has he won? Isn't this, like... He's only won, like, 2 or 3 matches since he became King of the Ring? I don't know. Like, it's questionable. So, you give him the crown, and then you just kind of like, oh, we're just going to have him lose, like, every other match. And then the way that he lost to R-Truth, I was just like, seriously? I don't know. Wade, honey, you need a hug. He needs a hug. He needs something, because Lord knows it's awful. It is just awful.
Yeah. Also, easily the show stealer from Raw was the triple threat with Rusev, Kevin Owens, and Cesaro.
Oh yes, definitely. Done deal.
Everybody came down because everybody wants to be United States champion, which I've got to get. Cena has really revived that title.
Right. Match was greatness. Greatness. It was greatness. If Cena hasn't had everybody just on their pins and needles and everything else wanting and definitely craving this title, oh my god, like, it just shows, and I'm excited about it. Too excited about it.
Right.
So, that match was greatness. Done deal.
Right. Then, we go to Rusev versus Cena right after, where Cena just kind of picked the bones.
Of course.
But Rusev had a good showing, though.
He was still strong. Even after all of that, he still was able to overpower Cena for just the split second that the match went on, and it was greatness. So, Rusev still looks good. I give him that. He still looks good. Can't deny that. Can't take it away from him at all.
Right.
So he's as powerful as he has always been. Greatness.
Right. But Stardust returned Monday night. That was really good to see him. Also returning in Atlanta, Marietta, Georgia kid, Sprayberry High School.
Oh God.
Returned to Raw.
Right.
It was good to see Cody Rhodes and Stardust.
Okay.
Just happy to get him back in the ring.
Did they really have to draw them in comic book form because he faced Neville? Was all that necessary? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was kind of awesome.
Oh, I thought it was like the greatest thing I had ever seen.
I thought it was kind of awesome, but I just had to ask. Like, but really? It was the first time, I think this is the first time that we actually seen this go on. The whole comic book thing, this is the first time that I can remember this happening. It's crazy, but I have to honestly say, because I watched SmackDown tonight, and they did it again. Match number 2, they still had the comic book form going on. It was greatness. So, I think it's awesome. I guess because I'm just a big comic book fan. I don't know. But, yeah. So, I think this rivalry needs to continue just for a little while longer, just so we can see more comic books.
No doubt. Like I said, that great. I think they should do more of that. The contract signed with interesting between Brock and Seth. One thing we've learned in WWE, weddings and contract signings don't go on without a hitch.
Exactly.
If you aren't either, be prepared, it's going down.
All right.
You might as well show up ready to fight. To me, you bullshit if you ain't show up to a contract signing not ready to fight.
Everybody thinks, oh, we're just going to sign this piece of paper and it's going to be over with and it's going to be alright. No, that is not the case. That's never the case. Like, are you kidding me? It's always going to be a fight.
Look, man, bust a move.
Exactly.
And to quote the late, great Bernie Mac, I tell you, bust a move. I'm telling you, you gotta, that's the only way it's gonna work.
Right. It's always gonna be a fight. I just can't. Like, what contract signing have you ever watched where there wasn't a fight? You know? What contract signing have you ever seen where they ended up busting each other's heads open? Or at least getting in each other's faces? Stop it. Come on now. Y'all knew this was gonna happen.
But, you know, all well went well. I thought Seth and Kane looked like they had something going.
Right.
Then Brock tore it up. Kane is out indefinitely.
Awesome.
I have a feeling when Kane comes back, he'll have a problem with Seth Rollins.
Of course. Well, then that just leaves Seth for the match at Battleground. It's just him. Because you got Kane out. J&J, they all busted up and stuff. So, it's really just Seth by himself. So all the vacations and Apple Watches and the car and all that, really, that just kind of went out the window, huh? Now everything gets interesting. Now I'm definitely waiting to see this match. And I'm definitely waiting to see what happens. Please.
Yeah, I can't really call it right now. I could make a case for either direction, but we'll get into that when we book the pay-per-view. Side note before we go to our break, Tough Enough. Keisha, have you been watching?
I watched Tuesday night's episode of Tough Enough. I DVR'd it. I watched the whole episode all the way through. Okay? Now, I will say this. I love Chelsea. Patrick is a little full of himself. Sarah Lee, she needs to get it together. Like, done deal. That's personal opinion. And Mata is crazy. I don't understand. Like, his promo was just like, really, dude? Like, he was just like, it's like, really? Dude.
I think he went to his strength. Mata's a big guy. He has a look that's crazy.
Right.
I mean, when he cocked his eyes, it's like, oh, this fool is dangerous.
Exactly.
I think he has the early 90s, 80s kind of guy build. I think he gave a Hogan-like promo. Like, I think he gave more of a Warrior type promo, actually. You know, when the suns and the stars and the moons collapse.
Exactly.
Like, he was on that. I really didn't know what Josh was doing.
No, he was awful.
I thought Patrick's best promo was after, like, on the later part of the show. Not in the bar.
No.
Like, I didn't think he had...
It wasn't that good in the bar.
But maybe he did some things in front of the crowd that we didn't see, because we didn't see all the promos, right? We saw like one-on-ones, but we didn't see it after that.
Right.
So maybe there was some thing, because I didn't get it that Patrick won that to me.
Now, here's Gabby. Did anybody ever explain to her what a promo is? Like, I just need to know. Because she was just up there like, yeah, I think I'm better because, girl, this ain't no essay contest. What are you doing? I felt for her. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna need you to sit down somewhere. Like,
that is a young lady who spent a lot of time in pageants, right?
Yeah, exactly. I can tell. I can definitely tell, because even when she was in the bottom 3 and they told her to give a 30-second promo, she did the exact same thing. The exact same thing. And it was just kind of like, she had to have spent like her whole life in pageants to be trained to talk like that, because nobody else, even Sarah Lee, didn't give a promo like that. It was just kind of like, what? Like, I don't know. I think she just missed the point all the way around. So, I felt for the girl. I felt for the girl. And then Tanner, him kissing Chelsea the way he did, that was awkward. I was like, who does that? Like, seriously? So you couldn't just, like, ask her, you just kind of just went in for it. Like, who really does that? Had she slapped you, I wouldn't have objected to it. Like, it was just, the show just got me like, really? But I think Chelsea's awesome. Her coming into the house and pouring that big glass of vodka, I was like, wait, this first thing you finna do is drink? I don't know. I just thought, Patrick, I see why Patrick is a fan favorite. I think he's awesome, but I do think he's a little arrogant. So, I had to watch more. I definitely have to watch more to get more of what he's like and everything, but this episode of Tough Enough was pretty awesome, I must say. So, especially with the promo challenge, because I was waiting. I'm so glad that I got to see that. Oh, I was like, yes. Because promos have to be like my favorite thing to watch. Promos make the show. Like, they're just like a major part of the show. Like, promos are just greatness. So, I was waiting to see like how they were going to do in the challenge, and then especially when they did the one-on-ones and all that kind of stuff, and it was awesome.
Other than that, you know, I actually even watched the post show, like with Miz. I watched that half hour. This format is real interesting for me for Tough Enough. I like they get to face their judges. I think that also bodes well for them. And I think that's an interesting twist to it.
Right.
And with them facing the judges, I mean, the judges are real. I think the judges are perfect where they're at. Paige, newer to the roster. Daniel Bryan, been around a while. Hogan, retired. Right? Even though I'm from Michigan, I was hoping Sarah Lee was going home.
Right. Like,
Can't stand her.
Absolutely
can't stand her.
I didn't even feel like I didn't even really feel bad for her. I was just like, oh my god, she's horrible. Like, this is my first full episode of Tough Enough. Okay, my first full episode of Tough Enough, I must say, and I felt like I was like, oh my god, she's so horrible. Like, her promos were awful. She was awful getting the moves together in the ring. Like, I could see why everybody was yelling at her. Like, it was awful. She was awful. I was like, she's horrible. And if this continues, then it's gonna be so ridiculously hard for her. Like, I honestly, Keith, I think she's just gonna leave on her own. Like, I really think that everything is just gonna become too tough for her, and she's just gonna leave on her own. Like, I don't even think that she's going to stay the whole competition. Like, I don't think she'll make it to a point of getting eliminated. I think she's just gonna just leave. Like, she's gonna be like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. Like, as much as she might love it and love the business and everything, I don't think she's gonna stay. Like, personal opinion. Like, I really don't think she's gonna stay at all. So, trust me, Sarah Lee is not a favorite.
I can't believe it. Like, she was in the bottom 3 2 weeks in a row, and I can't believe she got to go home. I mean, she got to stay.
Yeah, it was awful. Like, I was just like, wait, really? I mean, granted, Gabby's promos were awful, but like, she was strong in other places. Like, Sarah just didn't get it. Like, she was just like, I'm just sitting here like, really? I really just, and as disappointed as everybody was in her, like, it just continued to be that way. So, I don't know. But, I mean, next week we'll see. Next week's a whole nother episode, and just everything's different.
I was ready to punch Patrick.
Yeah.
And starting off, he was my favorite guy, because he was black. But, nah, that dude, But, I get it, he's 19, don't know a lot.
Right. You know, when you're that young, you're just full of yourself. Like, and you know, they have a point. Like, he goes off of his wrestling history. Like, oh, I know this about wrestling. I know that about wrestling. Yeah, but that's not the whole point of we're here. This ain't no wrestling trivia quiz. Like, come on, dude. Like, figure out something else to bring out yourself other than that. You know, especially after the promo challenge, when he got in, and Mata and Josh, when he got in their face, it was just kind of like, Patrick, I'm gonna really need for you to chill out, dude. Like, you need to calm every level of the fuck down. Like, can you have several seats? Cause you doing too much. He was doing way too much. Oh, Hogan's retired, and this, that, and third, and blah, blah, blah. Like, are you kidding me? It was just awful. It was awful. I couldn't, man. I really couldn't. But, you know, we'll just have to wait as it continues. See what else happens.
But, I guess it's time for our break. This is where we hit the brakes, and we come back on the other end and talk some more wrestling.
Here you go. You're in constant demand. And I say, honey, because I'm the world's heavyweight champion. Now, for a lot of you people out there, that's a real hard nut to swallow. A lot of you don't like that. You don't like the prestige that I have in life. You don't like the notoriety. You detest the fact that I got more cars than most of you have friends. I got a big house on the big side of town. I got life pretty much the way I want it. You understand that? You know why? Because I'm the champ. I'm the world's heavyweight wrestling champion. Dale Murphy, right? A local here in Atlanta, Georgia. He's a big deal, but he's not the champ. You understand that? Huh? Herschel Walker, for all you black folks out there, he's a real big dude. But he's not the champ. Ric Flair's the champ. Understand? Me and Lex Luger, you, Ted Turner, Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff, Ricky Morton, Steve Williams, all of you, take a look at it. Learn to love it, because it's a role model for you. I'm the champ. That's the bottom line in this sport of sports. I'm the champ. Custom made, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, and Luger, wherever this match takes place, God only knows you've got to beat the champ. Woo!
Walk like a big talk, and I gotta go say, ooh, 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 ooh.
See.
Hey, man, that song's so good and ignorant. Keish, he don't say no words whatsoever. No words whatsoever. Alright, people got a dick and I got a chick and I wanna act and I go ooh. Alright. Oh my God, this is good.
Keith, get your life together.
Yo, man, on Spotify, I got an ignorant playlist full of ignorance. Like, that's all it is. It's like, yo, this is like the music that you need to go play if you go fight somebody.
Right.
Like, it ain't there's no redeeming quality to any of this music at all.
Hey, I can't say nothing. I do too. So, actually,
man, there's a 3-6 Mafia song called "I Knocked the Black Off Your Ass." I said, "Woo!"
How about say Keith? I love that song. Come on, man. I guess because I had that CD. Yeah, I'm a little ratchet in life.
Oh yeah, you are. You're very ratchet. I'm gonna tell you how ratchet you are. Your niece, who we don't let listen to really anything like that. When we wonder how she know a song, she done flat out told us. She'd be like, "Look, between TT Brandy, which is my wife's sister, and you," she like, "And TT Keisha, that's where I get the ratchet from."
Oh my God! So I get credit for her ratchetness. No,
hey,
that's just
they're her words, not mine. She tells me where the ratchet. That's where she say her ratchet come from.
Okay, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit, a tad. You know, a smidge. Your sister done call me there too. Well, our sister done call me there too. She done said I'm ratchet too. I can't help it. Okay, I have a little bit of it in me. I can't help it. It'll be like that sometimes. So,
you did not miss Tune the Dial. We are back from break. It is birthday time.
Birthdays!
Excuse me. Hope I catch that in the edit. Birthdays pretty short this week. Yesterday was the 15th. Which we miss Heath Slater and Jesse the Body Ventura.
Awesome.
Which are big birthday. Well, was a big birthday. 16th didn't produce any birthdays. The 17th, which is probably where most of you will listen to this show because it'll be Friday morning. Mike Knox celebrates a birthday. Mike Knox turns 37. And on Saturday, one Al Snow will be celebrating a birthday. Al Snow will be 52.
Man.
Other than that, that's it, man. The birthday is pretty light this week. But you know what's not light? There's news.
No, not at all. Jesus.
Oh, man. It's flying all over. Is beef all out in the wrestling world, Keish? It's crazy.
This news is ridiculous.
I didn't really have to go backwards. Like, I was like, okay, whatever we didn't miss or whatever didn't happen is not going to be there for us, right?
Right.
Big thing coming out the last 2 days. Ryback will not be at Battleground. He had a staph infection. He had to get taken care of. He went to the hospital after Monday night. So they're going to treat that. And he should be back and going sooner than later.
Oh.
I don't know yet how that's going to affect the IC title situation.
I would just have to wait and see. I mean,
through the power of the internet, I probably can find that out though.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be on hold for a minute. Well, at least until he gets back. It doesn't mean that we can't create a number one contender. You know? I mean, hey, right now we got 2 of them. Because it was supposed to be a triple threat at Battleground. So, I'm guessing it might just be Big Show and The Miz, you know, whatever. However that's going to go, however they want that to go. So we'll see. We definitely will see. But, like I said, it doesn't mean that we can't create another one contender for the title. Ooh, scandal.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the WWE is concerned, they've totally scrubbed the match off of their pay-per-view. Not off their pay-per-view, but off their page.
Right.
Now, you know, little rumor mills and stuff like that. Pretty much that match has apparently been scrubbed so far. They got 6 matches showing for the pay-per-view, and that's not one of them.
So I guess that it's over for that match for right now. I mean,
they'll probably do a Miz versus Big Show. More than likely, they might just hold off on it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, if you can't have the match as you advertise it, you know, why not?
You can't have the match you want. You know what I mean?
Right.
So maybe we do like Rusev versus Cesaro or something like that to fill the time.
Maybe so. Which would make sense. In its own right, it would definitely make sense. So it's not like it would be something ridiculously random. But I think it would be awesome. Because the match they had tonight was awesome. So we'll see. Oh. Yeah, so a random thought, but Cesaro pinned Rusev tonight. I was shocked, and it was greatness, and I loved it, and he celebrated, and it was the best thing ever. Rusev got pinned on SmackDown by Cesaro. Congratulations, Cesaro, you deserve it, because it was a great match. That match was greatness, I must say.
Right.
So, but let's continue with the news, shall we?
No doubt. But yeah, Ryback's out. NXT specials coming to Brooklyn, just in case you don't know. Brooklyn in the house. SummerSlam will be held, I think, at Barclays. And what they're gonna do is, I think, the night before, NXT is gonna do a takeover.
Awesome.
Which will drive people to the network if you don't already have it. But I think Finn Balor will grant Kevin Owens a rematch.
Right.
It's going to be loaded. It's going to be live, so look out for that. TNA is in some legal trouble, Keish.
Why? For what?
This is what happened. Basically, it's because of Hernandez.
Oh.
Lucha Underground called TNA and said, "Hey man, you using this dude Hernandez, and he under contract with us." Apparently, Hernandez with the TNA and present himself as a free agent who could sign with whoever he want and be wherever he want.
But now, it's not though.
It's not a company for guys to be with a company like Lucha Underground, which doesn't have the most full-time schedule, and be able to do deals with other companies on the side. Right. Now, I'm not sure if El Rey in their television contract put, hey, you can't be with another brand that's on television. Because that's like where WWE, you can do an indie shot in the WWE, but the thing is, it got to be approved, and it can't be for anybody who's on television in any capacity.
Right.
So, because I've seen people like do charity events and things like that, and that's how they get by. But, yeah, I didn't know you could go about it this way, right?
Right.
But apparently you can. But apparently Lucha said, nah. And TNA may offer like, hey, well look man, we use a guy and we done recorded a lot of these episodes.
Yeah.
Can we use the ones we recorded and we'll just pay you a fee? Apparently Lucha Underground was like, man, fuck that.
Right.
So Hernandez has to be edited out of a lot of footage. Well, the problem is he's been hanging with the BDC, the Beatdown Clan, and he's done a lot of stuff with them, and they got to cut him out of that, which effectively has cut the Beatdown Clan with MVP and Kenny King out of a few future shows.
Man.
And with no real way of operating and not knowing how to operate, I don't understand how that works.
Right. This is gonna be ridiculous, man. I mean, how exactly do you cut around all of that without just cutting it out altogether? Because that's the only way you can really do it. Especially in screenshots, where MVP's talking and Kenny King's talking or somebody's talking and they're just spanning the camera around and then bam, it's on him. Like, how exactly do you cut him out without having to just cut the scene? Like, there's no way to do that, really. Or if you can find a way, it's still gonna look weird. It's just gonna look awful. Like, it's gonna be like, really? So they just cut the speech short? That's the only way you can really do it. I mean, if you just cutting the words short, or you just cutting things out of it, and then it doesn't make sense, so you just cut the whole scene. Man, that's a lot of footage that just kind of is a little wasted. I hate it for him.
Right.
So, TNA need to get it together.
Yeah, I mean, that, for me, I thought that was kind of weird. And it's kind of funny that Lucha won't let them use that footage.
No.
But I guess they're like, nah, fuck that. Wait, come back next year. So we take care of them.
Right. What's happen? Now, my question is, does he return to Lucha? Or does he stay with TNA? Like, do we continue with TNA at this point? Do we return to Lucha Underground and continue doing shows with them? Like, how exactly does he handle the Hernandez situation? Because if Lucha Underground's not going to allow them to use the footage, then are they just going to have him come back to the show altogether? Like, because it makes no sense to me. If you don't allow him, if you're not going to allow them to use the footage, then you might as well just have him come on back to Lucha Underground and be done with it. Because at the end of the day, what else can you do?
Right.
So, because I mean, it makes zero sense to be like, oh no, you can't use the footage, but we don't want him on our wrestling show either. Okay, then just let him be, you know?
No doubt. Okay, so yeah, so Sami Zayn's out for the end of the year.
Sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. Now I think it's helpful in the fact that he can, you know, pick his spot when he can come back, and maybe that's how he could debut on the main roster going after Kevin Owens.
Right.
Maybe he comes back at the Rumble. I don't know. Also, let's see, we're in Brooklyn. Steve Austin and Roddy Piper got beef, Keish?
For what, man? Why?
Basically, Piper started talking out of school about some things in WWE with Austin. Maybe why they didn't do the podcast at one time, even though he didn't do the podcast since then. And Austin didn't like it. He got mad at Piper. Piper got kicked off of podcast one. And, I don't know.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Austin ain't really addressed it. I think they said he addressed it on his podcast, so I'll try to find that download.
Oh, man. You know, this stuff is just really random. Like, they're just they just beef out of nowhere, man. Come on, man. They need to get that together. I mean, seriously. You can't have too many people having beef. You can't have too many wrestlers having beef outside of the ring. You know, it's like, for real? Come on, man. Y'all two legends. Don't do it.
Well, it may not be as more personal as Matt Hardy's beef with Shannon Moore's wife beef.
Man.
Reby Sky and Shannon Moore's wife got some real personal issues to the point of people being hacked. People saying somebody's baby is half black. I mean, it's all over the place.
They beef get personal, man, personal. Like, they beef is deep. It's like, what? I read it, and people, this stuff is not like rumored stuff. Like, all you have to do is like follow their Twitter accounts, and you will see the stuff they're saying to each other or about each other. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm like, really? Like, how are y'all? How does this even? I thought Shannon Moore and Matt Hardy were like best friends. Like, how does this even happen? I guess because the men are best friends doesn't mean that the women are. Like, the women are like, fuck her too. Like, it's like, come on, for real? To claim that babies are half black? Like, really? Dude.
Yeah, I mean, no, it got personal real quick.
This stuff is deep. It done got real deep. And I'm just sitting there like,
On more positive notes, Dolph Ziggler injury like is written into the storyline. Basically, he's going to go record a movie for WWE Studios that should be out sometime, next year or so.
That's
So, hey man, knocking out a movie shoot in a day. Wow. I mean, not a day, but like 3 or 4 weeks is going to be crazy.
right.
But that's one of the things that are going on right now. And I had some more, pins and stuff that I had wanted to talk about. Oh, Jushin Liger is coming to the WWE NXT.
Excited.
According to William Regal, Jushin Thunder Liger will be at NXT in Brooklyn. That's huge. Jushin got to be like 60.
Right.
But the guy can still go. And the thing is that he wears that mask, so you'll never know how old he really is.
Right. I mean, he always got the mask on. How do you know how old he really is unless they tell you? Tell the truth, if he can still move like a 30-year-old or whatever, then, what's the difference? What difference does it make, really?
And another big thing, next, if you watch The Flash comic book show on the WB, second season, our very own Edge, Adam Copeland, will be playing a villain.
Ooh! Stop playing.
Yeah, in the second season of The Flash. I'll tell you right now the name. He'll be known as the Atom Smasher.
Ooh, excited! Okay, so now I definitely gotta watch this show. I mean, I gotta go through a whole season of that. God, I haven't even made it through the second season of Arrow yet. I'll get it together. Lord knows I love binge watching Netflix, so.
Right. Other than that, I'm trying to figure out anything else that will preclude us from the Battleground pay-per-view. Battleground is a unique WWE design. Hasn't been around that long.
Right.
I think maybe like last year might have been the first one. Was
it a year before? I think this is the third Battleground.
Yeah. Either way, we're filling in before SummerSlam. SummerSlam is what we really care about and what we're trying to get to. But every month we gotta have a pay-per-view, right?
Right.
So, first match. R-Truth will take on King Barrett, but this time something at stake. It's a singles match for King Barrett's King of the Ring crown.
Really?
Keisha, who wins and why?
King Barrett, because it's King Barrett. Like, I don't know. Like, I just can't really. I can't get into this stuff. Like, I don't know.
King Barrett been taking some ass whoopings lately. But,
yes.
That being said, I'm going to go with King Barrett. And I'm going to tell you what. Maybe he's lost to build up the win here.
Right.
Maybe R-Truth beating him on Raw or beating him the week before or the last pay-per-view was to set us up for this one. That he can turn it on when it matters.
Exactly.
That he can deliver in front of them. Because it's coming. Can you deliver for the people? You know what I mean?
Of course not.
So, I'm going to go with King Barrett. Because he's supposed to have the long-term future. And maybe this is to get him over and help get R-Truth over. Which, total fan favorite. You're going to get the what's up. You're going to get the dancing. But I think belt stays home.
Right. So, that's that.
Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt in a singles match about nothing.
Like, it pretty much started with Bray attacking Roman, and then it just went from there. Yeah. Roman wins, I guess. Like, I choose Roman. I choose him to win because I think that they're going to move on with Roman. I mean, they got something better, bigger, ready for Roman at some point. So, I mean, it's just a step in. It's just a kind of a step into that direction. You know? So, just like they're going to have something for Bray too. But Roman, I think, will win this match. Just to put a winner out there. You know?
Right.
Because you're right, this is a singles match about nothing. So, I mean, really, I can't really give any more to that.
I'm going to say Roman Reigns wins the match, and pretty much this is where it comes down to. Like you said, I think they got to continue his push. Everything is set up for him to win this match. I think he's been scared or terrified. People, not really terrified, but he's been messed with mentally because Bray has been messing with his family, doing pictures of his daughter. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's been trying to stalk Bray. He can't quite get to him. Every time he tries to get his hands on him, he just slips up just a little too short. He just ain't quite able to get his hands on it. I think the booking is set up to make the babyface come out to overcome. Right. Now it's a short heel to overcome because we've only been at this a month. But we got to get the pay-per-view. Okay. Now, I'm assuming they want something bigger than Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns for SummerSlam. And there have been posters leaked with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for SummerSlam. Doesn't necessarily mean they have a match. Right?
Right.
But that sounds like that's what you're selling. So, I don't know how it all lays out. But I'm just going to say, I'm going to take Roman right now.
Of course.
But
got to.
Does not say that, like, an event can occur, right?
Right.
Right.
So, we definitely will see. What's after that?
After that, Primetime Players will defend the Tag Team Championships against the New Day. Black on black crime at its finest.
You ain't got
Hey, did you realize that Raw on Monday all the black people won?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I was so excited.
It was like, oh man, they let all the black people win in Atlanta. Now that's kind of interesting.
Right. You don't even know how to add or subtract from that. You just kind of like, you know what? I'm with it. That's it. That's all. That's it. I don't care. Like, I'm with it. Okay, what city it is? Like, all the black people won. I was excited. I was too excited.
But yeah, all the black people won their matches. So it was kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm going to say that the Primetime Players keep the belts.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this is an experiment to see what the Primetime Players could do on that stage. Titus O'Neil is very popular, and I think they're trying to figure out how to maximize that popularity. So I think they stay in the seat for a little while to see what they can do.
Right. So I'm excited. Primetime Players, millions of dollars. That's what I need in life. I need to start playing Mega Millions. Just saying.
Yeah, I need to play it myself because I don't want to work no more, Keish.
That's me and you both, honey. I can't deal.
Oh man, oh my God, Mega Millions have me thinking of ways of how I would quit. This is why God won't let me win either.
Right.
So I'd be like that dude, you know how he was delivered.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I'd be like, I don't work here no more. I am delivered. I quit this motherfucker.
No, because I would. I swear to you, I walk in there on a day I have to work and be like, yeah, so bye. Badge, uniforms, gone. Holla. They be like, really? Really, Miss Hope? Yes, really. Don't call me no more. Don't call me no more. I'm done. Thank you. Bye-bye. So, I be gone so fast. I sprint up out of there, boy.
Sheamus versus Randy Orton.
Wasn't this no, it wasn't a random feud. It wasn't random. I was going to say, wasn't this random too? But it wasn't. It wasn't random. So, oh my God. At me, personally, Randy Orton comes out of this the winner. Just make him look strong, solid. You know, just because Sheamus got the briefcase doesn't mean he necessarily is going to win this match. You know, we've seen what they've done in Money in the Bank winners in the past. So, Seth Rollins doesn't count because he had the authority behind him. Of course, he was like he's the authority's golden boy, so that's different. That's a different situation. But definitely Randy Orton wins this match. I'm with it. So, let's go. Randy Orton.
John Cena versus Kevin Owens, United States Championship match. It's the rubber match. They both tied 1-1.
Right. And you know what? I want to say Kevin will come out the winner. Just because I think Cena has done his job with making the U.S. title relevant again. I think Cena has finished his job. I think it's pretty much, I don't want to say it's ran its course, but it's pretty much have done what it needs to do. So what he needs to do. So I think they're going to let Kevin hold the belt, give him his shine. So Kevin Owens wins the U.S. title. That's my pick for this match.
I don't have a rebuttal. I think Owens wins. I think this is the launching pad for Owens. I think Cena has tempted fate enough with the open challenge, and I think if Cena were to win, he'd lose Monday night to somebody.
Right.
But as it currently stands, that's it. And like I said, I will go with Owens.
Owens! Hey, I want one of those Fight Kevin fight shirts. I mean, Fight Owens fight shirts. I want one of those. I don't know. I guess because I just think it's cool.
Right.
But
so that leaves us with the final match. Seth Rollins, champion, been champ for about a solid 3 months, takes on Brock Lesnar. Keith, who you with?
whoo, Keith. You know, the obvious answer would be Brock, right? Power, strength. He could toss Seth around like a married dog. Obvious answer. But then, of course, you have Seth Rollins' usual level of shenanigans. So then there's that.
Here's what I'll say. Kane is out. I don't know what J&J security looking like.
I don't know, Keith. I don't know. Because Seth might still have something up his sleeve. You know, now I don't think that it's going to go in the direction of, like, I think it was discussed. It was discussed on SmackDown tonight, you know, that Sheamus could do the same thing that Seth did to Roman and Brock, and he'd come in, make it a triple threat. Like, they beat the hell out of each other. He come in, make it a triple threat, bam, he wins the title. That ain't gonna happen at BattleGround, okay, people? Like, just go ahead and get that out of your head. No, it's not gonna happen. But Brock, I think, I want to say Brock takes the title from Seth right now. You know, like, that's what happens. This is what goes down. Because I think they might have something else set up for Seth, you know, for SummerSlam. So we'll have to see how this goes, personally. Just, I don't know. But Brock, of course, Brock is my obvious answer. And it's not just because of the power, the strength, and everything, but I think that there's something else set up for Seth for SummerSlam and something else for Brock for SummerSlam. You know, I think Brock is going to have a different opponent. It might be a rematch. You know, it might be a rematch set up for the both of them, but I think he goes in champion. This belt goes back to Brock Lesnar. It goes back on Brock Lesnar's way. So this is what we've been waiting for, right? Well, we just thought it wasn't going to happen.
No. I think Paco's and Jay Dilla will sound great. All in all, I'll say it's Suplex City.
Of course.
I think the Authority is weak enough. I think Rollins comes back at SummerSlam and rematches and uses their rematch calls. But other than that, yeah, I think it's Brock.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's going to be an interesting match, to say the least, just because of the simple fact that you don't have Seth's cronies behind him. You know, it's just him now. So, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this goes, but, man. Suplex City!
Yeah. So, it should be interesting. We'll be there to tell you. We already got what we thought. So we'll be back next week, probably a little earlier.
Okay.
And we'll tell you what we thought of the pay-per-view. So, with that, Keith signing out.
Peace, y'all. Talk to you next week. You know how we do.
And we out.